Friday newspapers. Let's get to the front pages this morning, and we'll start off with Mail and Guardian. That's the first one, obviously, because it's the Mail and Guardian. It's a Friday. The weekly edition is out. So this is where they are focusing in on families of victims. Well, forgotten is the headline. Families of victims and survivors are still waiting for justice. 14 years after the Marikana massacre, where 34 mine workers were mowed down by police. Yeah. This is a tragedy we will never forget, and this, of course, is where the family have to bear the brunt of this. So that's the big story, and the details they go into inside the Mail and Guardian. SOEs punt black business. KZN cops in cartel killings. Obviously more from the Madlanga Commission there. Xenophobia, Africa's new nationalism. And finally, giving women their flowers. All right, of course, being Women's Month, everybody seems to be giving women their flowers. Why don't we give it to them all year round? Just a suggestion. Anyway, that's the Mail and Guardian, beautiful front page that they've got for us there. Okay, next one, I think, is the Business Day. Right, Business Day, let's get into that. Standard Bank eyes 50 billion rand record annual profit. Sure. CEO Sim Tshabalala enters final straight on a roll. Standard Bank paid its largest interim dividend yet after reporting a record 26 billion rand interim profit yesterday, putting it on course for a bumper full-year performance as the group CEO Sim Tshabalala prepares to hand over the reins to a new leader next year. So they talk about the results there. The other headline, Ramaphosa, we won't give up coal for foreign agendas. Now, this is where Electricity and Energy Minister Josienso Ramaphosa reiterated that coal remains an integral part of South Africa's energy mix, despite the push for cleaner sources, urging critics of the fossil fuel not to undermine what he called science-backed efforts to make the plan. This is where he was speaking at a UNISA forum on energy security yesterday. This one is SABC region falling short on jobs growth. So this is where Southern Africa is making progress on regional stability and economic integration, but remains well short of its growth and development targets. This is according to SADC. Where did I read SAID? I think I definitely need to go for an eye test. SADC, not SAID. I was trying to think, where is SAID? I'm not getting this. Anyway, right at the bottom there, it's SADC, not SAID. Okay, so the overall performance score of 5.06 out of 10 for the 16-member intergovernmental organization comes amid a mixed regional picture, with progress in security, agriculture, and regional mobility offset by weak growth. So, and the big one, high youth unemployment. So that's the front page. And then, of course, that big one over the weekend, Bulls, Box Stars face fitness challenge. So let's leave it there. That's the front page of the Business Day. On to the Daily Dispatch. Eastern Cape ambulance crisis deepens. Some stats they give us here. 60% of the fleet is grounded. 139 ambulances for 7.2 million people, and 167 vehicles waiting repair for more than a month. That is a big crisis if I've ever heard one. So that's the story on the Eastern Cape ambulance and the crisis that's happening there in the province. Floral tapestry, and volunteers arrange flowers to make a flower carpet at the Grand Place during the 24th edition of the Brussels Flower Carpet Show in Brussels yesterday. And then there's a big statement on the front page of the paper, takes up most of the paper actually. Eastern Cape Department of Education sets the record straight. I can't read the whole one, but I can tell you that it is all about the department strongly condemning the recent string of malicious, factually distorted articles published on certain media platforms and echoed by opposition parties. These reports represent a coordinated character assassination campaign against our department and its officials, while intentionally misconstruing standard government tender procedures to mislead the public. They've got the whole comment here on the front of the paper, so I'm sure, no doubt, you can have a look at that and read what it is that the department said. They're trying to set the record straight on a number of articles. Let's leave the Daily Dispatch there, move on to the next paper. That, of course, is The Witness. claims of SA nationals fighting in Russia-Ukraine war raise alarms. This is a story where more than 60 South Africans are serving in Russia's war against Ukraine, with at least 10 killed. This is according to a Ukrainian project that has published the names of 69 South African nationals fighting for Russian forces. They go into depth on that one. Unemployed teachers demand answers from KZN government. Frustration boiled over in Pietermaritzburg yesterday as unemployed teachers took to the streets demanding answers from the KZN government over the lack of job opportunities, while schools across the province continue to face teacher shortages. And then they go on to name those on the front page, and they've got the article inside as well. The other story, Ramaphosa says 1 trillion rand infrastructure plan must drive South Africa's industrial era. This is where the president was talking about this infrastructure program, saying it must underpin a new era of industrialization, warning the country could not expand transmission lines, railways and ports while its metals and engineering industries decline. This is the briefing that we're covering in the news as well. He was speaking at the Steel and Engineering Industries Federation of Southern Africa's business breakfast. That is the witness. Let me leave that one there as well. And then, of course, those incredible Chawinga sisters rewriting history. They also focus in on that on the back page. Look at the Cape Argus. That's the front page. Kirsten Bosch's funding crisis. Another story focusing in on concerns. This is over the condition and long-term sustainability of Kirstenbosch National Botanical Garden. It's resurfaced after Parliament heard that South Africa's national botanical and zoological gardens are facing severe infrastructure pressures, with a backlog projected to reach 839 million rand by 2029-2030. So that's one of the big ones they're focusing in on. Seaport security official in ICU after violent protests. And then this is after the Vrygrond community members gathering outside the Muizenberg police station yesterday, demanding answers and accountability over the death of 42-year-old Kebisa Silwana. So that's the big stories they've got there. And then finally, there's your Sowetan. This is the front page of the Sowetan. How I nailed grieving partner. That's their big story. Ace investigator used cell phone records and forensic clues to nab lawyer now serving life for killing his partner. Let's take a look at this and the rest of the papers.